I think that the Detroit Lions got an absolute steal for the cornerback position. They ended up selecting Keith Abney with the 157th pick in the 5th round. And the more I watch this dude, obviously I'm not going to get everything here in all these clips that I'll show you guys, but everything that I'm watched, I'm like, why exactly did he drop? I looked up some things. People were like, oh, they may be concerned about his size, may be concerned about his athletic measurable. I'm like, bro, he's like 5'10", like 185 plus, runs a 4.40, has like a 37-inch vert. This dude plays the cornerback position just as good as any of these other guys in this draft that came out in this 2026 NFL draft, and we're good. Keith Abney is a baller, man. I've made a bunch of cornerback videos. I have not been throwing around that word a lot, a steal. Maybe I have. Go back and watch my videos. Maybe I'm just talking some shit, but I really do think he's a steal. Look at this. 2024 to 2025, his snaps went up. 2023 he wasn't playing as much. But I mean, there's a major jump there. So 60.6 receiving percentage to 44.4. Yards given up went down from 512 to 321, 11.9 to 10 yards per reception. And then you see the yak. Everything he got better. The interceptions were 2 interceptions for 2024, 2 for 2025, and then 6 pass breakups and 9 for 2025, dude. And I mean, let's not even waste any time. Let's dive straight into this shit. So you're gonna see he's down at the bottom of the screen right here, has a little bit of a cushion on this wide receiver. Let's see what he can do right here. And look at that, drives on the ball on that slant, ends up getting the pass breakup with a lot of cushion. Really quick, really reactionary, and good with his footwork. But you see him closing with that left hand and just club that ball down. Absolutely club it down. Oh, by the way, shout out to No Flags Film on X. Dude has everything. But I mean, look at that. Quarterback makes a break. Boom. Inside. Keith is all over that. Boom. Getting the pass breakup. Playing the hands too beautifully. Look at that. Playing through the hands. And again, another one where he was just really clean with it, sitting on it, waiting for the wide receiver to break on that, and then he just drives on the ball and gets the pass break up. This dude is so exceptional with his timing, in my opinion. Look at that, wide receiver goes up high. Obviously, he's on the backside, and I wouldn't even say he's late, but he timed it up. Like I said, he cued it, and he timed it up really well. Comes in, gets his left hand in there, and plays through the hands of the wide receiver and ends up getting the pass break up. And I mean, damn, bro, he timed that up so well. I'm pretty sure that's the safety. The safety was almost right there to end up picking off this ball and getting the offense in the red zone or possibly scoring. So really good play by Abney on that. All right, then we have this play. Looks like he's up at the top of the screen right here, about a 7-yard cushion on this wide receiver. Looks like they got a trips up here at the top. So a lot of clutter, But let's see what Keith will do on this play, because I'm pretty sure this is zone coverage. Let's watch. And I mean, look at that. They're trying to fool them on the outside. Obviously, he carried up with the seam through the middle, right? Or the go route on the outside. You got the safety over the top. He's like, I bet, bro. I'm checking that off to you. His other teammate takes that 9. He ends up taking this out route, this deep out route. And I mean, that's down near completion, but he ends up getting in on his legs and kind of pushing that wide receiver out last second. So he had there was no way he was going to get 1 foot in. Just a really good play and a really good awareness. And especially in zone coverage, because in zone coverage, it's there's a lot of communication. So like right there, that's him and his safety, who I assume is the safety. That's them just doing a really good job on that play of checking off each route, and then him making a play at the end there. Boom, getting that out. Okay, let me flip over. He's gonna be up at the top, down to the bottom right here. Okay, so you're gonna see they're down at the bottom. This is one where he is gonna be in a press. Watch Keith Abney on this. Watch Keith Abney on this. This wide receiver is gonna try the go route, and he's just mean mugging him literally the whole way. Look at that. The ball is not even able to. Wide receiver's not even able to catch that thing, but Keith Abney, bro, the whole way. Really good footwork and also really good with his hands. So you're gonna see right there, right down at the bottom, wide receiver is gonna try to go inside and then try to work outside, but it looks so sluggish and it looks so ugly, and you can credit that to Abney being super physical with the wide receiver right off the right from the snap, right all the way from the snap. He wasn't making it easy for the wide receiver, and you see up at the top right there on this go ball, Not sure if they're trying to go for a back shoulder or just right over the top of the corner, Keith, but shit's not happening, and the wide receiver is not able to reel this thing in. And like, dude, I'm telling you, I'm just not concerned about this dude, because everything I watch, I'm like, he's really good at in breaking routes. He's really good on hitches, and he times them up so well. If he can get it down with some of these really good wide receivers in the NFL, this dude could be a really good corner. He could. And before we move on, be sure to drop a like, be sure to subscribe to your boy, and follow me on Instagram up at the top left. And be sure to drop any question in there, any Q&A about a team, anything. We'll make a video on it. Again, another one where it's a slant and he just reads it so well while being on the backside, because honestly, this thing is open. You could make the case that the quarterback threw this a little bit late, right? Like, it helped Abney just a little bit because the timing wasn't right on point. But lots of these plays, I noticed he does a really good job of timing it up on the backside, and he has really good closing speed on some of these throws that are being thrown by these quarterbacks, right? Like, you can make the case maybe some of them are late, a couple, but he also has really good closing speed, and he plays trail technique from behind, so he's always in a position to make a play on the ball. You see that result right here, ends up getting the pass breakup, but just another prime example of him making a really good play on a in-breaking route. And then you're going to see up at the top of the screen right here, again, he's going to be in a press up against that wide receiver. Looks like they're on an island up there at the top, and let's see what we get. Like, these wide receivers really, they're just really not getting any type of separation against him. And, you know, I mentioned earlier, he ran like a 4.45. I have no idea why they were concerned about his speed when they said measurables along with his size, because everything, like I said, everything that I'm watching from this dude, I'm like, he's up there with the other cornerbacks. And I didn't show it, but he was graded out really high by Pro Football Focus. I know some people don't give a fuck about that, but I'm like, dude, he's a good player. All right, on this last one, you're gonna see he's down here at the bottom of the screen, up against this wide receiver in a press. And let me move up here real quick. It's gonna get a little bit crazy. So you're gonna see the wide receiver is gonna try like multiple different, look at this, boom, breaking inside. And I mean, he got him at this point. I have no idea why the quarterback didn't throw this, but you'll see right here, this develops a little bit more, and wide receiver tries to come up with, he tries to just go off script. And lots of times when these wide receivers go off script and just try to do something crazy, these defensive backs tend to get like lost in the mix in coverage because they look back at the quarterback. But Abney right here, he does a really good job of keeping his eyes. You see, I know it's hard to see, but you could just see his eyes bearing down on the hips of the wide receiver. And wide receiver takes that in, quarterback doesn't throw it, and then he carries up. Really doesn't have any safety help because the safety is right behind my big head up at the top right. So he's out of position, and it's really just Abney there to make a play on the ball. But he did a really good job of flipping his hips, running with the wide receiver, and keeping his eyes on the hips of the wide receiver on this pass, and they're just not able to complete this thing. Look at that. And I mean, that wasn't the best ball, but it wasn't open regardless. He could try to lay it on him, but like I said, he does a good job of playing trail technique on the backside, kind of being a little bit sneaky with it, right? Like making the wide receiver think that they're open, but they're actually not open because he's bearing down on the backside. So yeah, man, I don't know. I was watching this dude's film, and I was like, I think the Detroit Lions got a steal. I think they straight up got to steal the cornerback position. I will not be shocked if this guy, if you get to see him play like a fair amount. I'm not saying he's going to be a starter, but I see him in the rotation. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't know. You guys let me know down in the comments. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe to your boy like I said earlier. Appreciate and love you guys, man. It's your boy Shady Luke, and I am outie. Deuces.